For a moment, everything is quiet. Nothing urgent, nothing broken, nothing demanding your attention. Life finally feels calm. But instead of relaxing, your mind begins searching for something. You check your phone, you replay conversations, you start thinking about things that might go wrong, almost as if your brain doesn't trust this peace. And a strange thought appears. Why does happiness sometimes feel uncomfortable? Why does peace make your mind restless? It almost feels like your mind believes something bad must follow every calm moment. But this reaction isn't random. Your brain may actually be doing exactly what it learned to do. Imagine finishing a long, stressful week. Your work is done, your responsibilities are over. The room becomes quiet. For a few seconds, you feel relief. Then the thoughts slowly return. Did I forget something? Why does this calm feel strange? What if something goes wrong tomorrow? Your mind begins scanning for problems. Psychologists call this threat anticipation. Your brain naturally looks for danger more than safety. This tendency exists for a reason. For most of human history, survival depended on noticing danger early. If our ancestors ignored threats, they didn't survive. But ignoring a moment of happiness had no real consequence. So the brain evolved to prioritize possible danger over present peace. Which means when life becomes calm, your brain sometimes treats that calm like suspicious silence, like the quiet ocean before a storm. Your mind starts asking, what am I missing? This pattern becomes stronger if your past taught you something painful, that happiness doesn't last. If calm moments in your life were often followed by stress, conflict, or disappointment, your brain begins connecting those events together. Psychologists call this emotional conditioning. Your brain creates patterns based on repeated experiences. So when happiness appears, your brain quietly prepares for loss, not because happiness is dangerous, but because your brain wants to protect you from being surprised by pain. Inside your mind, two powerful systems are always working together. One system seeks reward and pleasure, the other constantly scans for danger. The pleasure system pushes you toward positive experiences, but the threat system watches for danger. Think of your brain like a security guard inside a quiet museum. Most days, nothing happens, but the guard still walks through every hallway, checking every door, looking for anything suspicious. Because the guard's job is not to enjoy the art, the guard's job is to prevent danger. If your life once contained unpredictable stress, your brain trained that guard to be extra alert. So when life finally becomes peaceful, the guard doesn't relax. Instead, it becomes even more watchful. Your brain begins creating worries, not because danger is present, but because the brain feels uncomfortable with calm uncertainty. It tries to mentally rehearse possible problems. This creates the illusion of control, but it also prevents you from fully experiencing peace. The good news is that this pattern can slowly change. The first step is simply noticing the moment your brain starts searching for danger. Instead of believing every worry, pause for a second and remind yourself, this is just my brain trying to protect me. Naming this reaction activates the part of the brain responsible for reasoning, and when that happens, the emotional alarm system begins to calm down. The second step is allowing calm moments to feel unfamiliar. If your brain isn't used to peace, quiet moments may feel strange at first. That is completely normal. The brain learns through repetition. The more often you experience calm without something bad happening afterward, the more your brain updates its expectations. Slowly, it learns something new. Calm does not always mean danger is coming. Another helpful step is interrupting catastrophic thinking. Sometimes the brain jumps directly from peace to worst-case scenarios. When this happens, ask yourself a simple question. What real evidence do I have that this will happen? This question activates logical thinking instead of emotional prediction. And slowly, your mind learns not every positive moment ends in disaster. Finally, begin noticing safe moments on purpose. When something calm happens, pause for a few seconds. Let yourself actually feel the moment. Not analyze it, just experience it. Your brain slowly records these moments as evidence of safety. Over time, the nervous system becomes more comfortable with happiness. Not because life becomes perfect, but because the brain stops expecting disaster every time things feel good. So the deeper truth is this: your fear of happiness is rarely about happiness itself. It's about uncertainty. Your brain is trying to protect you from sudden loss. But sometimes protection can quietly block peace. Imagine that museum guard again. For years, it watched for danger, but eventually the guard begins to learn something new. Sometimes the building is simply quiet and nothing bad is coming. One day you may notice a calm moment again, but this time your mind doesn't rush to fill the silence with fear. The quiet simply stays quiet. And for the first time in a while, peace doesn't feel suspicious. It just feels peaceful.